Hello everyone, my name is Amarion and this is Elite Cameraman. Let's go.
Hello everyone, Elite Cameraman here. Something crazy happened and Skibidi Toilet Season 22 full version was uploaded, but it was very unique and different compared to the old seasons.
Wait, really?
Because this season actually had a special premiere.
Just to be clear, I didn't watch the full video, so I'm new to this as well.
And a special thumbnail. We already knew something was up when this happened, but I don't think anyone was ready for it because it turned out to have about 1 minute of extra footage. If you add up all the episodes in Season 22, it was around 13 minutes, but the full version is actually 14. Other than this, there were some other slight changes in the video, but if you have watched the video, you would know that there were some crazy important additions to the video.
I don't know.
There is everything starting from small details like billboards being more visible to more info on Secret Agent and the Lucky Cameraman, but before we get into all this, make sure to like this video and subscribe. Anyways, here we go. The first change was actually made in the first couple seconds of episode 66, right after the episode starts. If you zoom into the back when the camera turns to the Alliance's side, we can actually see the injured large speaker man who died in episode 67, part 4. In the original episode 66 video, it was really hard to see him because of how far he was and the smoke. Even though we knew that there was a large speakerman there, we had no idea it was the injured large speakerman. We can clearly see that he has a missing arm and the bloodstains on his shirt in the new version. After this, the next change was done to the billboard when the POV cameraman is shooting his stun gun. We knew that there was a text on the billboard, and it wasn't clear at all in the original episode. In fact, Dafuk already changed this in the short version of episode 66 already. It says real threat on this billboard, but even until now, I don't think we have seen the real threat
hold on,
yet.
let me just make sure that I got this in full. Oh, wait, no.
My guess is that we are going to see something.
Is
In
in
fact,
the
Dafuk
best...
already changed this
It's so
in the
difficult
short
to see
version of
it.
episode 66 already. It says real threat on this billboard, but even until now, I don't think we have seen the real threat yet. My guess is that we are going to see something insane in the coming episodes, especially after what was revealed in today's episode. I also checked most of the TV man lines, but it didn't seem like they were changed. But we did get one extra scene right after episode 66. This scene probably was meant to be in the episode, but Dafuk either didn't put it to not reveal and break the hype, or maybe he didn't have enough time before he published the episode. But this scene is the reveal of upgraded Titan TV Man. And we did hear his voice line in the original episode. It was just on a black screen instead of two TV Man showing us the upgraded Titan TV Man. Not gonna lie, if this was in the actual episode, everybody would have went crazy. I can't even imagine. I don't think people would have had the patience to wait because he didn't appear until part 3 of episode 67. The craziest new secret scene to this full season was what we saw next. As you guys know, I talked a lot about the secret...
Hold on. Why is this? I need highest one.
And imagine. I don't think people would have had the patience to wait because he didn't appear until part 3 of episode 67.
How is this not the
craziest
highest?
New secret scene to this full season was what we saw next.
I'm so sorry, everyone.
As you guys know, I talked a lot about the Secret Agent appearance in episode 67 part 1, and how it was just Secret Agent himself in episode 67 part 1. Craziest new secret scene to this full season was what we saw next. As you guys know, I talked a lot about the Secret Agent appearance in episode 67 part 1, and how it was just Secret Agent himself in episode 67 part 1. But when the full episode came out, it was changed to 2 people in the same place. We had no idea what was happening at first, but after seeing episode 68 part 2, we realized that it was the Lucky Cameraman who was there with the Secret Agent. I mentioned that he most likely was there to receive the device, and I guess this actually was true because we actually got the POV of the Lucky Cameraman. This scene...
Why is he called Lucky Cameraman and not Hacker Cameraman? That sounds better. Hacker Cameraman.
Starts with us seeing a man waiting near the edge, and the POV cameraman getting close to him. This scene is clearly the top view of the Skibidi base we saw in episode 67, and apparently it's right before the large cameramans arrive at the scene. We can also see the same error messages that Plunger Cameraman had in episode 68 part 2, which says transmission error and recording error. These probably mean that when you are close to the Secret Agent, or seeing him or something similar, your recording data will not be saved, and large TV men won't be able to play the footage back. After the lucky cameraman gets next to the secret agent, he turns to him and says, "You know what to do," while giving him the remote controller. Here you go. Listen to it yourself. After this, the secret agent disappears. From our knowledge of episode 67 part 1, we know that he teleported to the right side to watch the battle. But we also see the large cameraman arriving at the scene right before looking at the Skibidi base. Before we continue to the next change, which was a very big reveal as well, we need to talk about what happened between this scene and episode 67 part 4, because we know that the lucky cameraman received this remote right when episode 67 part 1 started. But what did he do until the other agents entered the Skibidi base, and how does he know what to do? I don't know if you guys know this, but he actually was the POV cameraman in episode 65, and we know this because we saw his red shirt at the beginning of the episode when the upgraded police toilet was trying to shoot.
And also, this guy is an OG cameraman. He's been like
and the
at the
lucky
start.
cameraman held his
Literally. In the episode where there was the holy toilet, he was there as well.
hand up. In this episode, we talked about how he was so lucky to not die from the explosion at the end.
Oh.
But we probably should have been talking about something else, because if you remember, the secret agent was actually there, looking at the lucky cameraman at the end of the episode. He was straight up looking at him from the car, and the lucky cameraman probably noticed this too. There is a likely chance that this was their first interaction, and maybe because of this, the lucky cameraman went to the Skibidi base to meet the secret agent and get the device. We still have no idea what his plan is, but he surely is cooking something up. There is a likely chance that the lucky cameraman did some stuff between episode 67 part 1 and part 4 inside the base, but it's impossible for us to know. The next secret scene was right after the end of episode 67 part 4, where the agents almost started moving towards the inside of the lab. The lucky cameraman suddenly stops them and pulls a tablet out. I say a tablet because we have no idea if it's his or not. Only thing we know is it says Cameraman 1055 on the right side. When he pulls it out, we see a live replay of what's happening inside the lab. And it looks like the regular-sized scientist toilet is ordering the normal toilets in Sector A to do something right before leaving that place. We have no idea where exactly this is, but there is a possibility that this is the left corridor, and what he shows next is the right corridor. Because right after this footage, he shows the same corridor we saw in episode 68 part 2 and points at the right corridor. They most likely didn't go to the left corridor because the scientist toilet ordered the guard toilets and they were ready to attack. Also, another question we should be asking is, how did he have access to this footage? Because I checked the whole episode a couple times and there are no signs of a camera inside where he shows. Maybe it was a secret camera that we can't see, but even then, who put it there? There are still a lot of unanswered questions. Only thing I know is that what's about to come in the next couple episodes are going to be huge. I really can't wait. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video.
Let's go check
Elite
out the
Cameraman out.
Okay, so this is the episode 69 leak.
Hello everyone, Elite Cameraman here. As all of you guys, I'm so hyped for episode 69, and just about 30 minutes or so before I started writing this video, Dafuk Boom posted the first leak on the merch store, and it sure does look like this next episode is going to be very unique, and once I show you this leak, you'll understand what I mean by this. It already has been a full week ever since episode 68 part 2 was published, and about 4 days ever since the full season, which actually had 1 minute of extra footage has been released. Even though this leak doesn't seem to reveal much, it probably is a lot deeper than we think it is, because it seems like everything that happened last 2 months has been leading up to episode 69. I also think we can guess an estimate release date for episode 69, but before we get into all this, you have to make sure that you like this video and you are subscribed to the channel. We are almost at episode 69, and still till this day, only 29.9% of you guys subscribe to the channel, and about 71.1% is not subscribed. I think if all of you who are not subscribed press the subscribe button, we could easily go down to 69% before episode 69 comes out. Anyways, with that out of the way, here we go. This new leak I'm about to show you in a second is literally fresh out of the oven, and it's spreading like crazy. Because everyone's hype for episode 69 is crazy high, and we are most likely going to be getting the new episode very soon. The 7-day mark is already passed, and if you have watched my episode 68 part 2 analysis, you would know that Dafuk actually wrote 1 week on his Instagram post for episode 68 part 2. And we thought this meant he was going to be publishing the new episode in just a week, and I think that probably was the case, but some stuff may have taken a little longer than expected, and we'll most likely be getting the new episode in 10 to 48 hours from now. Dafuk is usually very inconsistent when it comes to when he posts after a leak. Sometimes it's just 1 hour, sometimes it's 2 days after a leak, but it's usually between 10 to 48 hours. And alongside this, as you guys have most likely have realized, everything has been building up ever since episode 60 or so, and it keeps on building up. I think what we saw in episode 68 part 2 was just a small glimpse on what's awaiting us. There probably is going to crazier stuff at the bottom floor of the bunker which will shock us, because this new leak was actually not labeled as a leak, even though we clearly know it is. The title for this leak says, "Something Secret Steers Us," instead of it saying "New Spoiler" with the title of the actual video like Episode 69 Part 1 written on the text. This means that until the episode releases, we will not know if the episode is going to be a multiple-part episode or just one part, but I feel like we might get a long multiple-part episode once more. Just like episode 67, because episode 68 also was 2 parts. Even though it wasn't as long as episode 67, it's clear that Dafuk's plans for each episode are getting grander in scale day by day, and fitting everything he wants into an episode in just 1 week is probably very hard. But we gotta be asking ourselves, why would he say "something secret steers us"? Is this a hint at the secret agent or something completely different? I'll talk about this a little later in the video, right after we talk about the leak. This leak shows us a close-up of Lucky Cameraman looking at the POV camera as weirdly as usual. But there are actually some small details we have to talk about in this image. This place clearly is the toilet bunker's lower floor, and it seems like it was taken a little after they entered the lower floor, but it looks like this image has very low brightness. So here is a higher brightness version of it where everything is more clear. The first thing I see is the gun behind Lucky Cameraman. If you watch episode 68 part 2, you'll see that Lucky Cameraman actually had the gun on the other side of his back. This could mean 2 things. They either had to fight off some toilets and use their guns, and this seems like it might be the case, or Dafuk just didn't check where it originally was and put it on the wrong side. We actually also see a familiar face on the back. If you look behind Lucky Cameraman, you'll see a regular cameraman with a weapon. He most likely is the same cameraman who went berserk in episode 66 that was next to the POV cameraman. But why does he look like he is crouching and being a little cautious? That doesn't seem to be the case with the other cameraman, even though one of them is actually holding their gun out. There is also a small tease there. It's not really clear what it is, but Dafuk surely put that small portion there intentionally to let us speculate on what it is. If you ask me, there are 2 possibilities. That's either a dead cameraman's head or a toilet side, because we can also see some metal next to it, which looks like the metal arms the toilets use. But at the same time, it could be a cameraman's inner mechanics, because we've seen some stuff like that before. And with the message Dafuk wrote on the leak, it's clear to say that either the squad is looking for something which is a secret for now, or the secret agent is still leading them somewhere. We don't know why he is leading them or where he is leading them, but it surely is going to be crazy in the next couple episodes. If you have any friends that would like to see this leak, make sure to share this video with your friends, like this video, and subscribe.
Dang. Anyway, yeah, like and subscribe. Can't wait for the new video. Make sure to go subscribe to Elite Cameraman as well and his other channels. Have a great day. Bye.